Hello there, YouTube. This is Sibbles and Mitts back at it again with another Inkbound Daily. Today is the solo daily for November 5th, and today we will be playing Weaver, going from the Vengewood to Derelict Starship and then up against Cinder. So yeah, we've got damage. That feels great. We got some tiny heartstones, which are honestly, I don't know how this works. I don't know what set tiny heartstones are in, but at the very least, it's going to give us some breakage buffer because we'll heal at the end of the combat. And we have Paper Tigers, which is great because it makes it even more likely that we're going to be able to secure damage. So I'm kind of about it. We also have Inkwash, which normally isn't, like, it can be a thing on Weaver, but for the most part we don't really care about it. Let's see, Blessing of Quills, that's actually quite nice. Still don't know why this gives a glyph when entering the Carver, but okay. Anyways, we have, sorry, we have a ton of money now in order to re-roll rewards. So this is actually quite good for us in a daily, or just in general, because there's really nothing better to do with your money than to re-roll to get, like, better items. Now, obviously, if you're trying to hit certain sets, which are more prevalent in lower difficulties, that's going to be a little bit more difficult. But other than that, like, it's pretty good because you're just going to get better stuff overall. We start with a little bit of DR. We can almost get up to Vigorous if we just, like, liquidate a couple of these things. And if we liquidate a couple of them, we get some damage resist. It's interesting. They trying to make us do, like, Spike Weaver, maybe? I don't know. Also, I am currently rendering another video in the background. I usually don't try to do that, but don't really have time today. So if you notice a little bit of, like, frame stuttering, that's on my end because my computer's screaming for its life. It has nothing to do with your internet connection. Apologies in advance. Verdant Seed isn't bad. I'm definitely quite a fan of it. Ink Flat, not so much. Like, it's the Expert Binder set is a little terrible on Weaver, at least as far as their base kit. There's very few, like, there's obviously drafted bindings that we want, but out of all the drafted bindings, there's very few that's going to be better than Constrict or Stitch. So, trying to reduce the cooldowns of those things, while nice, I'm, like, if it were to just be handed to me, sure, I'll go ahead and I'll take it, but I'm not going to go out of my way for it. I think this is a reroll. Verdant Seed is usually pretty good now, I feel, especially when you're a Weaver with Paper Tigers. It's very easy for us to just go ahead and, like, beat fight one in most cases. But let's reroll, see if we can't find anything else. Game lied to me. I was promised riches beyond my wildest dreams. Getting... I really don't want Treasure Hunter 2. I keep thinking about it, and then I realize that no, this is absolutely garbage. Like, if you can get Treasure Hunter 5, sure. But, yeah, just miss me with that. Are we sure this is working? That doesn't feel like a high likelihood, and when I was testing it in Season 2, it definitely yielded much better than this. Dare I say let's reroll again? This is uncanny. I don't know how to feel about any of that. I am willing to go one more time. Something's happening. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Like, that is not... That is abnormal for Blessing of Quills to not... That's a F8 if I ever did see one. What would that have been? That would have been 4 rerolls. That, like, even when I was saying that Blessing of Quills wasn't worth it, that is unrealistic. Like, I understand that it's already pre-seeded, but you would think it would be pre-seeded with Blessing of Quills, and if it's not, then why do we have this? Like, I guess they give us dead things all the time, right? Like, they'll give you poison trinkets when you don't even have, like, Poison Run and Ink Wash is in effect. But that's... like, almost actively harmful because it's at least telling you that it's doing something that it's not doing, and the average person, I would think, would trust the game, especially if a tooltip tells you about it. Anyways, we just used all of our money to get absolutely nothing. Probably should have taken that verdant seed. Let's go for more money. We're not going to see much out of it until, you know, we actually start dropping good amounts of stuff. Critical Threads is interesting. I actually like Widening Stitch, increasing the AoE on that. We'll go ahead and we'll take that. Honestly, take me to the Quillings. We'll do that. Because I can't really re-roll vaults anyways, so. This is going to make it very hard for me to... Okay. We're going to be fine, I think. Like, this uses too much movement. That's still actually not enough? Oh, man. Well, we need to be here, and we need to not take damage. I'm not sure that's going to happen. We'll go ahead, we'll do that. We'll keep our Mercurial. It's not going to get us the run. Yeah, positioning really scuffed us on that one. Please get the cooldown reduction. Bap, bap. Okay. We only took 1 extra turn. That's pretty good. I could see Jinx on this build. Go ahead, take Jinx. It's a good single target nuke for when we otherwise can't restrict. What about Outlawed Works? We kind of want our movement. Let's re-roll. Okay, now this is more like it. Let's go ahead, get that bonus Quillings going. I don't think that I want to go to a Carver's Refuge. I am willing to take a green augment here, especially since it gives me a glyph. Like, that's honestly the primary driving force behind that. Vengeful Infusion is okay. I kind of like Quicken Stitch. We need something very good for Stitch now. We've got very good utility in it, being able to use it multiple times in a turn. Prepared, honestly, wouldn't be terrible. Let's go to a Superior Vault. We should run into some, what am I trying to say? There should be a grinder up ahead. We really have, like, just low enough health, or just low enough damage that we just can't dispatch you guys. That's kind of embarrassing. Okay. We're looking pretty good here. Still have more than enough stuff to reroll with. What are we looking at here? We could get Vigorous. Get rid of one of our tiny Heartstones. Gets us up to Warden 4 for another 10% DR. Pretty good. We get 40 physical damage for being above half HP, and then we also, when we liquidate this, we're going to get Vigorous 5, which allows us to trade pretty well. Honestly, probably one of the most busted, at least in dailies, it's one of the most busted, like, sets, because it's very easy for you to get to Vigorous 5 with the stuff that's in the start of the game, and then at that point you literally just trade and get free points. Especially with the, at Vigorous 5 you double the healing, you literally just gain health, and since this works through shielding, which I don't believe that it should, pretty insane. If we're going somewhat tanky, we could go ahead and get some Bastion, but I don't think that's actually what we're aiming for. Mythos, I don't believe in it. Valmark is kind of the best thing here. If we reroll, though, we have a high chance of a blue. Now the game seems to feel like it wants to work. That's more Quilling Hoarder for even more Quillings. Don't know how that's Quilling Hoarder, but okay. We get some compound interest going on. And this will get us to our Vigorous 5. I'll take that. What do we got here? Grinding this seems pretty good too. The stats are terrible though. Station Grade Klaxon is good just for a pick-me-up right now. Some glasses, if you will. After Image is pretty good for trading. Cleave can give us Vigor, I believe, at purple. I'm not sure that I want to spend on Cleave. I could re-roll here. I could feel that. These aren't better. Is it Blink? Could also be Shield Wall. Shield Wall could help us out during Lusk. It's looking like the best thing here, honestly. We're gonna have Warden 4. Shield Wall would be pretty good. Find a way to reduce its cooldown. Otherwise, Blink has a lot of movement. Blink can reduce our cooldowns, it can reduce our costs, it can give us orbs. Ascends into damage. It's pretty good. Yeah, you know what? We'll go Blink. Took me a while to convince myself on that one. Alright. We now have over 100, so our Quilling 3 is in effect. I don't know how much bonus Quillings this does, but should be kind of nice, especially with plus 40% Quillings. It's got to be something, right? Yeah, let's get that Vigorous 5. That Warden 4, that's probably our best bet right there. Another Superior Vault. Give me an augment. I'll take the Helmet Crab. What is this? It's a Disintegrate. There's going to be a pot here. Mercurial. Vengeful Infusion. Vengeful Infusion seems like it'd be pretty good against the, Let's actually save Disintegrate for, whatever I'm trying to say right now. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. Vengeful Infusion. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, we're looking pretty good. Need to get back to where this guy... If I remember that I had Blink, I would have just gotten him then, but... I know this pixel exists, so apologies for fishing for it. I guess this is gonna have to do. Alright. Another Quilling Catcher. That's kind of cute. We grind this, we get maxed Quilling. Inflict Threaded before dealing damage. Very good combination with Tangle there. Swift Blink, of course, giving us more movement than we would ever need. Which is pretty good, honestly, on Weaver. Who are we going up against? We got, obviously, Lost Kier. It was Derelict Starship. Is Mimic. If it's Moss Cloak, we're going to have to chase him around. Swift Blink might be pretty good there. Otherwise, Sewing Stitch. It's just usable. I keep forgetting if there's actually good damage here, if it's just Ascensions. I believe there's one that's plus 30 per thread, which would be pretty good. That basically, again, almost doubles this damage, but I'm also not entirely certain that Stitch is our endgame here. Sewing Stitch is still good, though. Let's go ahead and grab a Quilling Catcher. We're more than willing to grind it, like right here, even. Let's make sure there's nothing in this shop here that's like stupid busted that we would want to do. I don't know why I went to this. Verdant Sprout's pretty good. We could still re-roll here. Re-rolling here would make it so that we could afford a purple, and that's it. Meat map. The risk we took was calculated, but goddamn, are we bad at math? I suppose we could get some spikes in here. Start going towards some pincushion. This would put us at Warden 6. Our DR would get thrown through the roof, but if we want to do the spikes, we would want to keep this, which, I mean, I guess we're liquidating a Quilling Catcher. I guess that really wasn't the order in which we wanted to do that. Get rid of that, please. Now we're at Quilling Hoarder 5, Vigorous 5. I honestly don't know what gets in our way at this point. We could drop this Station Grade Klaxon, actually, and get our other Quilling Catcher here. It doesn't really do anything, but it probably makes up for its cost with the boss Quillings plus all the bonus Quillings that we're getting. I'd like to think so, at least. But it does drop us below the bonus Quillings for everything that we have. So that's probably just a no. Now we're going to have a 50 spikes. That's a lot of damage. Now we just got to figure out how to get that shielding in there. We now do 55 because of golden sales. Let's go. Okay. Hit that. Hit you. We are kind of lacking the damage. It's pretty concerning. I forgot the disintegrate. It refunded blink, not Okay, now we're really in trouble. Gotta figure out how we're gonna do damage here. It's probably these spikes. We're just gonna believe in the vigor here. We've actually already fully healed. This is 42. This is 42 plus a crit, so that's better. Then we go ahead and do this. Yeah, we are in trouble. We're gonna lose a lot of turns here. Turns out greed is bad. And no way to generate spikes. Yeah, I guess shield wall would have been pretty good here. Like, maybe at some point we were supposed to use Jinx there. Especially since we're going to cap out here, but I feel like that's better for the second half of this fight. I don't know. Probably sucked on the ordering on that too. We're just screwing everything up today. I mean, at least we're gonna get a perfect? Question mark? I don't know if I can actually hit you with that then. Good lord, this is absolutely horrendous. And apologies again for the frame rate. I can actually see it right now, so it's gotta be pretty bad. I'm not sure that there's any points left to be had. Might as well. Then I just gotta make sure to finish these guys before I end this. What was that, like 5 extra turns? Holy lord. Well, just have to hope that everyone's suffering as much as we are as usual. Reduce the cooldown in the stretch and constrict by 1 twice per turn. We don't even have that much frickin'... Like, that's insane. That in combination with spun threads means that we have a ton of damage. What's our ascension? Huh. Okay. Okay. So, I think we can get rid of this. And we can get rid of this. We need to find damage. If it's a source of spikes, that's still technically a source of damage, but... Oh. We definitely need to do something. Rare Augment is probably also a good source of damage here. That big Quilling Cache is certainly tempting, but I don't think that it's what we want here. We're gonna have more than enough money. Please forgive my computer, it's crying right now. We're going to take a turn deficit here. I'll tell you what, I refuse to take damage. Oh boy. Yeah, this is not going as planned. Inflict Shatter, we don't really even use Shatter. Go ahead, re-roll this. We don't daze enemies either, but at least that gives us shadow. We can liquidate this, get 2 damage. Of course, shadow works very well with, what am I trying to say? Vigorous, because we just offset the healing. Barred Bones does give us pin cushion. We can increase pin cushion to 3 to get 10% incoming damage to enemies, which honestly, why is that 10% when everything else gets like 30? I don't know. That's really all that's doing for us, though. I think that this is Sovereign's Flag here, and we liquidate this as soon as possible. That'll at least get us some stat scaling. We already have a bit of stat scaling, though, so it's not like it's going to do anything like significant for us. We can afford to re-roll this here. On your first turn, gain 3 stacks of dread. I think I can actually get along with that. Vesticle Shrine seems good. We can get that Sovereign's Flag right away. Okay, now we have an amount of damage. I still think that we want augments over vaults. That may not actually be the case. This is a heroic vault. We could re-roll this up to a purple. That's probably the correct move. Flask of Serendipity is appreciated. I would really appreciate being able to hit everything here. I don't know if that's actually possible, though. I'm looking for the magicest of pixels. Oh well, guess we're gonna have to do something like this. I was just checking my health at the end there, making sure that I had enough. Chalice of Champions, little late for that. On dealing bleed damage, we don't really have bleed on people because of Inkwash, and we didn't go into it. Let's go ahead and re-roll this, see if we can't get anything like really good. If you have 2 or less threads, thread a random enemy. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. It's also Expert Binder for some reason. Like, why would they put that on Weaver? Looks the same, I guess. I think I'm actually going to roll past that. Pile of Tiles is decent. Doesn't really do anything for us, though. Miser's Purse. There we go. So that is actually something. On each turn, for each of your leftover will, gain a small amount of quillings, max to 5 will. Okay. I also kind of like Strings of Fate. Admittedly, in combination with the Fated Mandala, that'd be pretty good. I think we're going with this, though. We should easily be able to hit that. Let's go ahead and Twine. That actually gives us some damage. Reducing this cooldown isn't bad. We can also re-roll here. Huh. That's interesting. I think we're going to go with something like Critical Threads, honestly. Although this is better single target versus chicken. We'll go ahead, we'll take that. Honestly, give me a random vestige. Interesting. I kind of like the Death Scythe. That's an unstable brew. That's double damage taken. This fish isn't useful anyways. Go ahead, take it. And then go to this heroic vault. Okay. Yeah, again, very sorry for the frame rate on this. If I seriously had an option not to today, I would obviously have just waited till the last video was done rendering. Because this probably looks terrible. And it's a little disorienting even for me. Okay. We are making a lot of money. And all we need is that mumsies. Yet another shadow. On gaining shield, gain 20 omni damage until the end of turn. We don't really gain shield that much. I think shocking core cap is actually probably more useful to us. But that is only if we can grind it immediately, we can. So what are we getting rid of here? Are we done playing around with Swindler's Getaway? Probably. We're not really hoping to take damage anymore. Just go ahead, toss that on the ground. What's our uncommon augment here? We really can't get another glyph. Oh wait, whenever we go to a carver, we can get more glyphs. I hope that's the case. Because otherwise we're kind of scuffed. I could go for... I guess we're gonna vacuum seal some enemies. Give me the shocking core cap. Liquidate that shocking core cap for a little bit more crit chance. Okay, yeah, we do get paid for going to this type of carver. Good. Laid rope is interesting. Another miser's purse is absolutely ridiculous. I don't think it's worth the money. I do like the shocking core cap though. I think that that's great. It maxes our shadow. We don't care about that. It's a ton of damage, and we get that extra like precision line. Do I want an uncommon? I think we do, because critical threats would be great. Thank you. It's not very good versus Cinder, but it's very good versus Mimic, and we had an issue with damage earlier. So I'd really like to have that frickin' solved. And look at that, it is Moss Cloak. The one thing we don't want to see. Well, I think we're getting there. I think we will use this and phase you this turn. There's really no reason not to. Okay. We sucked it up versus Lusk, but I think we got there. No need to take Draining Threads. Constricting Knots doesn't really do anything versus the chicken. Like, it does add 25 damage. Woohoo. Like, obviously we multiply that by a lot, so it actually comes out to a lot of damage. But might actually be better for us to just reduce the duration of Jinx. Dread Harvest. What? Okay. Okay, game. I understand. Don't you worry. Give me the best skill in the game, I'm gonna take the best skill in the game. Anything here that we can get rid of at this point? I guess Coin of Shadow doesn't really... Well, we can do this after the fight. We don't need to do this now. Give me some more money. Oh my god, that frame rate is so bad. I'm terribly sorry. Okay, so we do need to farm some kills with this bad boy. This is hitting everything. And most notably... Yes. If I do this, it's not necessarily better. Alright, so then we'll go ahead and we'll do this. Then this. Then that. And we'll leave you here because you make more enemies. And Inkrito would really hit the spot at this point. I'm going to hit as many people as possible, because I don't want this to kill all of you. It's going to kill all of you anyways. Alright, fine, we're going to get our Jinx. It's done. Alright. There's our Inkrito. Okay, I think it's Inkrito. I think it's Study of Windsong. And we get rid of Tiny Heartstone, because Vigor should take care of us. That's worth enough that I probably care about it. This is just insurance and more shadow. I guess we could get rid of this. Shadow Coin's not doing anything for us anymore. These things aren't doing anything. Shocking Core Cap is dazing things. Miser's Purse has given us damage. Yeah, technically we could get rid of this. Like, we're going to have a lot of money at the end. We're going to probably re-roll, like, literally everything. So this is the thing that I'm interested in. We have all of this bonus Quillings. We have 60% bonus Quillings, and when we get in here, it's going to double our Quillings. Is it smart? Or are we going to be able to increase that? Frito, please. Study of Windsong. What the frick is this? That's one dead chicken. Okay, game. If you insist. Nothing here really does anything for me. I guess this technically does. I don't think that's actually true. Let's re-roll. That's Trickster's Hook. That's too slow. Like, obviously a Mumsies would hit the spot here. There you are. Alright, so, like, I don't know what else to say. That's done. No. Now it's done. Yep. Okay. How much damage is this going to be? Oh, let's take a look at that. Is that correct, or is there honestly a cap? That's a very awkward number to stop on. Anyways. Oh, I don't even have to... How are we dealing this little damage? Guess it doesn't matter. That is a lot of damage, by the way. 7k. We just use Jinx repeatedly and we win, except that we don't have the cooldown reduction. Beep beep. Have we crit? Yes, we have. Okay. Yeah, we're looking great. Just reducing some cooldowns there with Ingredo. And then we actually need to make sure that we go back to full health. And now we can do this. Okay. That's a lot of cash. Anyways. I don't know what else to say. Fun run. The only deficit we took was we missed fight 1. We missed fight 2, right? Or was it fight 3? We missed one of those. Oh, no. We missed book 2 fight 1. And then we missed 5 turns on Lusk. Otherwise, we didn't take any damage, so that's quite a bit of like bonus. We basically lost 1500, which, considering again that, you know, we lost 5 turns on Lusk, if we could have saved that by just a little bit, that would have been important. So we could have probably saved 1 turn, which would have been another 250 if we didn't forget the disintegrate potion. Otherwise, I don't think that we really got rid of any damage. It was just more along the lines of we didn't take any damage. Yeah, otherwise, hopefully the run was entertaining or at least educational. If you have any feedback whatsoever, be it questions, comments, concerns, misplay alerts. Be sure to put those down in the comments below. And until next time, I will catch you guys around.